everybody. Thank you for joining us here on another edition of Uncensored. So we're going to be talking with Tilsa today to, find out what her inspiration was to write Lady in Red. Hello, Miss Tilsa. Thank you for joining us.
Thank you for having me.
So, Keisha Lopez is not your typical 22-year-old.
No, she's not.
She's not. She has street smarts. She has a ferocious temper, coupled with tremendous independence. She does not play around.
I like the way how you summarize her.
Yeah, because she's one of my favorite characters, but not my favorite. My favorite is Phil.
Ah!
Yeah, that's my man.
Oh,
so,
Lord.
what inspired the character Keisha Lopez?
I can't really tell you what inspired her per se, but how the story came together. I was listening to hip hop. One Saturday I was lounging around and I was listening to Biggie, 50, my collection. I was speaking to I was listening to my collection of music, hip hop, Biggie and 50, and even Juvenile. And then as a writer you hear stuff.
Right.
And you just visualize scene, and the first scene came to mind on the first page when she's wearing red and he's trying to kick it to her in the street, Phil. So I was like, Lady in Red. I don't want to make it be like a gang, because it's Brooklyn,
right.
It's the streets. And the idea just flow. I'm a free flow creative writer.
Right.
So Keisha now, I was trying to portray her, as you said, but also with a girl with her head on her shoulder, although she's in the streets, but you see that she's not caught up with a lot of friends and company. Yeah, and for the most part, I wanted her to be 2 steps ahead until the end. Part 2 is coming, people, but yeah, that's all I'm gonna say.
We can't wait for part 2 because I'm already mad at her for that cliffhanger, where Phil is concerned.
Yes.
Phil, you'll fall in love with Phil just like I did.
Cool.
All right, the Lopez family unit mirrors, many urban families today in America, plagued with, drugs, violence, prison sentences, but they're held together, by a bond, love.
A very unspoken bond.
Yeah, like a very twisted, type of love
True.
they have there, So, are their existence based on personal experiences or somebody or?
Well, it's a everyday life for some people in the urban areas or the hood, as we would say, can relate to it. Who don't, maybe middle class, upper class, you see it on TV.
You see it every day. On the streets,
Look at Power. Power has a little bit of this book, just a tiny bit.
Yeah.
And
Tasha.
Right. So, and even Phil, when it comes on to, let's just leave it at that.
Yeah.
But it's not, it's what I said, reinventing the wheel. You can't reinvent the wheel. You just have to just add something to it, like that. So this story, I met a lady today who read it and she was like, you brought back memories. She lived in the 90s in Rutland where most of the storyline takes place. So it's not anything personal.
Right.
But we read about it all the time. Hear it, see
it.
Yeah, because we're in Brooklyn.
Yeah. How does your book relate to your spiritual practices or life path?
Well, I'm accustomed being around Trinidadians who practice or believe in the Orisha faith. And
I was getting to that.
Right. So, when people see the cover and the title, Lady in Red, they automatically think sexual.
Yeah.
Which is fine for me. That makes my sales goes up, So, but it's more to it. That's why, they say don't judge a book by the cover.
By the cover.
And you can attest to this, right?
Literally.
Yeah, right. So, I'm around, I've seen, and I'm learning, and I've learned a few things. I wouldn't say I'm 100% schooled on the Orisha way of life. For those of you from Jamaica, it's more like Zion or revival. That's kind of story.
So it's like the Pocomania thing that we're accustomed to.
But it's
in
just
Jamaica.
the Trinidad have a different way of dealing with it.
Okay, because reading the story and coming across vocabulary words such as not words but vocabulary concepts in the book, which were new to me, words such as the Orisha and the Shango, and words like those. I was like, nah, she gotta explain what these words mean.
Well, Orisha, it's the Yoruba from Nigeria. That's where the Orishas represent, what do you call it, certain energies or deities, and Shango being one of them.
Okay.
You have saints. I don't know if you're into the Catholic.
No, I'm really
not. Okay. Well, like in the Catholic you have Saint Catherine, Saint Francis.
Right.
In the Orishas they have different deities or so-called gods, as some people would regard them as.
Right.
Shango is one. You have like Oshun, you have Oya, because it's so Shango being a very revered deity, a very powerful one. His primary colors is red and white. So in the story, not to give away too much, she wears red a lot, like it's second nature, because as a baby she was offered up to Shango for protection. But she being who she is, she don't really care about that. But she just wears red until
she's a rebel.
Yeah, she's a rebel. Yes.
All right. So the stigma of Obia, within the West Indian community was highlighted.
Yes.
A lot in your novel. Is it indeed a taboo topic? What was your reason for such an exploration?
They said people would say art is it to your interpretation, and I have the creative right to write whatever I want to write.
Right.
If you don't believe in it, it's fine. And Obia, I don't know. People have a misconception of it.
Okay.
Because even those who you think don't do certain rituals, if your heart is not good, if it's not clean, it's just considered over to me.
Oh.
You know what I'm saying? You don't have to be the one that sprinkle powder and water, as what I say in Jamaica. But at the same time, if your heart not good, if you can't bother. I can't bother.
Same bad.
Yeah, for me, it's about one love. And praying to God every day, believing in God. He's the forefront.
Right.
That's it.
So do you write more by logic or intuition or a combination of the two?
Intuition.
Okay.
When I get an idea for a story, it's always the first scene locks in. And I play with it. And then I play with it for maybe a week or so sometimes, but in this case it wasn't. And then I ask myself, what's next? Until I can move forward most times, I just write. Free flow.
Right.
But every little thing around me gives me that idea how to really move forward.
Listen, guys, you have to get the Lady in Red book.
She told me she read it in 3 hours.
True. So summarize your writing process for me.
Summarize. As I said, I don't write things down. If like the other day, my next book, it's called A Call Girl's Journey. Now, I was on 112th Street working over by the west side, and looking through the window, I just felt myself change. I visualized something,
right? And
it wouldn't leave me, that vision. So I said, I was looking at the lights over the water, and I'm like, I was like, I could do something. I could write a story where the main character lives here, uptown. And the idea came to mind. I'm like, she's gonna be a call girl, but she's gonna have money, because to live up this neighborhood, you have to have money.
You have to have some money.
Yeah, 112 and over there by the 1 train. Yeah. So I said, I'm gonna let her come from a rough path.
Right.
But she's gonna triumph. and with personality and all of that. I try to have layers. My characters have layers, deep pain, because people see, pain is struggle, and a lot of people can relate to that. So that's what that was day one. It kept on playing in my head for like a week, and then I sat down and I wrote the first 4 chapters.
Right.
It's already done, and I just said, let me park it for right now. Let me, focus on my street promotion with this one. So that's my process. I have to feel the story strong enough within me, within my mindset, before I could like go forward. But
so, are you a full-time writer, or you just do it part-time?
What name part-time? Please, girl, I work a regular job.
Okay.
Full-time, maybe soon. I would love for it to be, and I would love to, like, just sit home and write.
Listen, guys, it's
love
possible.
to.
It's possible.
Yeah, because I like to be like, what's her name? Like Sister Soldier, who just came out with a book.
Oh, yeah, I love Sister Soldier.
She doesn't really you don't see her.
No.
She just comes out with a book and then she goes back in hiding.
Yeah.
Which is like writing.
Wahida Clark.
Okay.
Yeah, I love Wahida's books. Love.
And most writers like to, and I want that too, but I can't afford to. I have to be out in the front, promoting, pushing, and coming up with ideas.
Girl. Okay, so share some stories with us, about people you have met while researching for this book.
Which one, Lady in Red?
Yes.
Girl, I ain't do no research. Shame on me, cover my face. Yeah. I ain't do no research. I just went with the flow. I literally went with the flow. I mean, I am, the research already explained that part. In terms of the 90s, when I was younger, I would spend summertime, and I had a friend live on 91st and Rutland.
Right.
The news was around, everything will go on. My grandmother used to live on Eastern Parkway in Utica.
Right.
So I know what the park, Buffalo, that park right there. So, certain things I would see for myself. So I just wrote based on that too. I ain't going to no library, no encyclopedia, no Google.
So you've never just met a person and was like, okay, so I'm going to try and, right around a certain... All right, so have you ever met someone that influenced the character then?
Oh.
Yes.
You see this girl, she can pull the truth out of people, man. Listen, there was this guy I was phone messing with. I call it phone mess because I'm long distance. His name was Philip.
Dating, guys, dating.
Phone messing. His name is Philip. So I just use his name. That I will do. Like if I'm writing, because I said I don't write things the character's name and the now. I'm so, I'm going to write about that man. What name should I give him? And Philip came to mind. I want to write about the mother. What name should I give her? And whatever comes to mind, I write.
Right.
I'm sorry.
And that Carmen is a brute. The character of Carmen, which is Keisha's mom, in the book, is synonymous with many mothers.
Yes.
Who pimp their daughters, basically, to just some of them just want to live and have their daughters, bring in the money.
However,
and stuff, and however means necessary.
Right.
Who is Carmen inspired by?
Nobody.
You just created Carmen out of thin air.
But because it's not, and as I said, it's not anybody personal. It's just that I've heard stories vicariously that mothers do that. Right. If it's not that, then the mothers will have their boyfriends molest their daughters just to keep them. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
So and it's not every mother we are saying is like that, but there are times.
There are some.
Yeah, given their economic background and their self-esteem, yes.
All right. What cultural value do you see in your storytelling?
Cultural value? Boy, I couldn't tell you, No, don't laugh. Apart from it talking about the spiritual aspect, you should talk about food. I'm kind of bigging up the 90s in a sense, highlighting.
Right.
positive cultural value, 0. I ain't gonna lie. And don't edit it. The reason why I'm gonna say that, because it's just gritty. It's gritty. The only personal value is Keisha battling to do wrong or right. That's the value. Yeah, but the foods mentioned, the Labor Day parade.
Right.
You know, she mentioned that. So that you will learn about, and if you don't never know about Arisha, you can look it up. Yeah, that's it. And I made the melting pot of including a little bit of the Trinidadian, because the mother went to Trinidad for whatever reason.
With that goat.
Yeah.
Oh my God.
Yeah.
I won't give the book away. Y'all gotta read it for yourself.
Right. So like that.
What is the message in the novel that you would like readers to grasp?
Don't judge a book by its cover, especially the part when she thought her cousin was this person.
Oh yeah.
Yeah, you know, very, very. But you know, it's relatable because not just in our community, like Caribbean, Italians do it. We know that. We read about it. You know, they cover up. You know how they wash money, so to speak. Into a lot of stuff. So you know, you have a good point. I mean, I talk about no cultural value. There's a lot. Because every ethnic group can relate to something in a story.
Definitely.
Especially, you know, the turn-up nose. Ones that don't like to turn up their nose on the bad stuff.
All right, so what makes Lady in Red stand out from the crowd? Like, we have so many novels out nowadays, and if you were to have Lady in Red in a bookstore, what are you hoping that your book will, you know, differentiate? What are you expecting that people will be able to differentiate your book from, you know, others that are on the shelf? Let me ask that question again. What makes Lady in Red stand out from the crowd?
Because she wears red? Just kidding. No, her. I mean, my storytelling is in my own voice, like any other writer. And the fact that it's not like a published house editing for one, and structure. So you get it raw and gritty. When I polish it, as you know, especially the chapter, when I see older folks and they flip through and they say bedroom bully, they said what? Yes, it's a Jamaican popular term.
Wait till the phone stop ringing. Alright. So may I ask the question again and you just answer again. What makes Lady in Red stand out from the crowd?
Because she's wearing red. Just kidding. No, the way in which I tell a story, the voice, the feeling that you get when you read about Keisha Lopez, when you learn about her mom, Phil with him quiet self.
Phil a snake, but Phil is my guy.
Yeah, he's a smooth operator. Yeah. You fall in love with the characters. You will have, it will take it on memory lane. I like to take people down that memory lane. And that's pretty much it in a nutshell. And it ends with as I'm saying, a cliffhanger.
Oh Lord, don't mention that.
Execution chair.
What got left out of the final draft?
What got left?
I'm curious.
Part 2 coming. Nothing got left out. I put everything in. I actually added Mexico because Mexico wasn't in the little one-page thingy. Yeah, that wasn't there until this summer before I put it out. Yeah.
Wow.
I had to. Yeah. But part 2, I promise you, it's gonna be even more. I mean, I'm watching Shonda Rhimes every Thursday night to get inspiration. So, yeah.
Oh yeah. Were there any alternate endings to the book that you kind of played around with?
To be honest with you, I was at a writer's block, and I said that was it, because I've been sitting on this story since 2012, and I said this is it. But after getting so many reactions from people, the excitement that I hear, the feedback, the continuation is now within me. It's just I have to take time out to write.
Right.
You know, and trust me, it's going to be very interesting. Now I have to do research because I gotta go to Mexico
Oh yeah.
via the computer. Via the computer.
Well, that's the power of Google.
Right,
Okay?
the internet.
Whoever invented Google, trust. Oh my God. So I don't know. Wait, I don't put a name again.
Starboy.
Yeah. It was a series, right?
Yeah, but I'm trying to
No, I
condemn.
need those books. So
Whoa.
we know you from the Starboy series,
yeah.
right? What process did you go through to get your books published?
I'm self-published through Amazon, and so my book is available on Amazon. Buy the copy on Amazon. It's also available on Kindle.
Right.
Now I'm surrounded with other writers, so they give me ideas how to publish, self-publish. It wasn't much of a process. Once you have it covered already designed, or they could do it for you, you have your content written, edited, copyright, whatever. Send it within like a couple hours. Your book is available on Amazon.
Oh wow. How expensive is the process though?
It depends. It depends on who you get to edit and you negotiate. Anywhere from because the
No,
cover,
you don't have to
yeah,
put numbers,
it's it could run you at least $2,000.
Oh, okay. So editing the book, you write. Do you write by the computer? Do you
Computer.
get a pen and paper?
Computer, strictly computer.
All right. So when you type up, your book and all of that, and you say, okay, then this is the book. I'm finished. Do you edit yourself, or you have to get someone else to proofread and go through and?
I don't know if you know about Richie. You've heard of author Richie Drens?
Yeah, I know Richie.
Well, I hit him up the other day and I said, I need, who do you use? So he recommended his editor. So she was the one who edited this book, and she lives in Jamaica.
Okay.
So she edited this book.
So explain the editing process, because for people like me, I'm thinking, listen, I just go in, I read through my book again and make sure there are no errors. Is that the editing process, or?
Well, yes, that is usually the editing process.
Grammar, you check grammar,
You see, because I know I know I like to joke around, but it's the real truth. It's the truth. I know some grammar weak. I leave it up to the editor, but I do go over it.
Okay.
To the best of my ability.
Okay.
So I know you're getting that, but yes, I did.
Oh, okay.
Because I got some feedback and I'm working on it.
Okay.
Yeah.
Well, cool. No, I mean, I thought it was a different process.
No, well, no. You're right. Because they edit, then you review it just to make sure nothing wasn't right. But there's many processes too. Because you have some editors when you took out stuff, like when you get publishing deal with the big boys, certain things they want to take out, or they want you to be more, to add more.
Okay.
Or sometimes they want to change your voice too. You gotta have that. Yeah. That's why self-publishing is you maintain your own voice.
Good. And listen, I'm glad her voice was maintained in this book, because, as I said, I read the book in 3 hours. And I'm already fiending for part 2. I can't wait for part 2.
I know she's also inspired to write her own, right?
Oh, I have a story, child. Don't even mention.
Yeah.
All right. What character will you discontinue? You think you will discontinue a character in the book? Because I can think of about 2 that I want you to kill off.
But you're this. So a fan of mine, Sharifa. She said she wants everybody to come. To be more upfront, more. She wants to learn more about them in part 2.
Right.
So nobody's dying.
Oh, so you're not okay?
No,
so
nobody's
we'll see
dying.
What part 2 holds. But part 2 is gonna be twice the size of this.
I'll try. You see, because it's. You see, when you're a well-known author, you can afford to publish a 700-page book, and it will sell.
Right.
So I'm trying to appeal to the people, and I'm like, okay, I don't have time to read so much book, because remember, I'm selling directly.
Yeah.
So, and I'm selling to people, some of them don't have time to read.
Right.
So I keep that in mind. Plus, I'm self-published, so I have to keep the business aspect of it in mind.
Okay.
Because the more pages is the more my cost.
Oh.
Yeah.
Okay. See,
at my level of publishing and printing, when you have a big deal, it's different,
so
because
when you
mass.
have more
Mass.
money than you.
Right, and then when you print in mass, it's less.
So guys, make sure you get Lady in Red so this lady can give us a double.
Yes, and I can get a book deal.
Yeah, we need a book. Come
Book
on.
deal.
All right, so the plot twist with Phil, it's mind blowing. Can we expect a Phil, Philippe, Keisha, marrying type of situation going on? And,
I don't think so.
oh wow.
No marriage.
I was hoping for that.
No.
I was hoping for that.
No. He's a drug lord. No. He's a drug lord, remember? No.
Oh my God. So will we see Keisha's cousin, her name is funny, I can't call that name, Cam. Will we see Cam come out of jail in
prison?
part 2? Oh yeah, she's at Rikers. Will we see her come out in part 2?
I'm not sure what I'm going to do with her just yet.
Yeah, I want you to spill something. She ain't spilling nothing.
No, I don't, because she's not on my radar. Keisha and the brothers are the first.
Oh yeah.
Keisha, the brother,
boys.
the mother, the sister. Yeah, I have to
I kind of love that Mexico cliffhanger right there.
swing.
Yeah, that little swing was hot.
Thank you. Thank you. Remember.
Yes. So thank you so much for talking with us. Like, listen, I'm already in love with Lady in Red. Y'all should get it. This is Tilsa Wright, y'all. Tilsa has some other books. The
Starboy. Cricket Wicket, he knows how to stick it.
the Starboy series, y'all. So make sure you get her books. Support her. Support the indie people. So make sure you get a book. $1,000 Jamaican dollars. Yeah, that's $1,000 Jamaican dollars, and y'all can order from Jamaica at Amazon.com/Tilsa Wright.
Yeah, Tilsa.
Right?
Just type in Tilsa Wright to see all of my books them.
Exactly. So support. This is our Jamaican sister. Let us build her up, guys, and support so that she can continue writing and continue entertaining us.
Yes.
Thank you for coming.
Thank you for having me. Oh my God.